Good morning, friends. I am JVN Dr. Alka Jain, Associate Professor in the Department of Community Medicine, Faculty of Homeopathic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. Students, in previous lectures, I have told about the various methods of disposal of excreta. Now, in continuation of the last lectures, I will discuss about the RCA type of latrine. Now, design of a RCA latrine. It comprises of a squatting plate made of an impervious material like cement concrete. Why this is made of cement concrete? Because it is easy to clean and maintain. And next is raised footsteps are included in the squatting plates, and there is a pan directly underneath the squatting plate. The pan receives the night soil. Pan is connected to the trap, which is a bent pipe. Now, you can see the different types of bent pipe according to their shape. Name is given. In first one, it is a S trap because the shape is S, and second one is P trap because the shape is like P, and the next one is back trap, or it may also be called gully trap, and the next one is L trap. So, the name is given according to their shape. Now, what is a bent pipe? A bent pipe is a 7.5 centimeter diameter, and the vertical portion being connected to, and the vertical point connected to the lower part of the water closet, and the bent portion being connected to the connecting pipe. Here you can say this is a trap, and the first end is connected to the water closet, and the second, the last part is connected to connecting pipe. It is called trap because it traps certain amount of water and provides a water seal. So here you can see the water is trapped in this portion and it acts as a water seal. Depending upon the direction, I have told that name is given, and the water seal of the trap is the distance between the level of the water in the trap and the lowest point of the concave shape upper surface. When the trap is in proper position, it is about 2 centimeter. So the diameter is approximately 2 centimeter. Water seal acts as a barrier for the escape of foul smelling air from the sewer or connecting pipe into the house, and also it prevents access of flies to the night soil. When the pit fills up, another one can be dug up and the pipe may be accordingly shifted. The pit can also be made directly underneath the pan and appropriate superstructure can be made. Now the next part of a RC type of latrine is connecting pipe. It's a pipe which is away from the superstructures, and the trap is connected to the pit by the means of a connecting pipe of 7.5 centimeter diameter and about 1 meter length. It is away from the superstructures. RCL latrine type is of indirect type of latrine. The next part is dug well, and this is the pit of about 75 centimeter diameter and 3 meter deep, and it is lined by bamboo matting if it is a loose soil to prevent caving of the pit. So bamboo matting is made around the dug well, so that if there is a chances of loose soil, then it can be prevented. And when the pit is filled, a second pit is already made in advance so that we can use simultaneously when first one is filled up. And the next is superstructures, and it is a permanent one, so it should be constructed with good quality of materials. Now, what is the quality of, or what is the advantage of a RCA latrine is, it is easy to maintain the latrine, and latrine is hand flushed by pouring 1 to 2 liter of water every time the latrine is used. The squatting plate should also be washed clean every day, and the water seal prevents access to flies and avoids release of odor. So this is the most uh, advantage or most important advantage of this RC type of latrine. and the people should be educated about to keep the latrine clean and dry. Now next come to septic tank. What is septic tank? It is an ideal system for hygienic final disposal of excreta in absence of a central sewerage system. Excreta from many poor flush latrines can be discharged into septic tanks. So it is generally made up at the outside of the house. And it is an ideal sanitary water seal latrine which can meet the requirements of families in towns and cities having piped water supply but no sewerage system. It is designed to collect and treat excreta and toilet wastewater, and use is likely to be appropriate where the volume of wastewater produced is too large for disposal in pit latrines. And the next second one is waterborne sewerage is uneconomic or unaffordable. It is particularly suited to systems involving high water use, especially where water is used for flushing and inner cleansing. And it is difficult to manage for very large populations. So it is mainly ideal for a small population, for small houses in village. Best suited to single households or a group of households or institutions such as hospitals or schools. And the efficiency of a septic tank system is inferior to sewage works, but it is much cheaper, quicker, and easier to provide and maintain than sewage works. Now come to the design and construction of a septic tank. It's a septic tank mainly consists of an underground concrete tank, and usually it is a double chamber. The latrine should preferably grouped together with one or more tanks placed close to a group. The sewers leading from the latrines to the tanks should have manholes at every 100 meter and every change of direction. And it is made in case if there is an obstruction or if there is a problem in futures, so we can take steps to clean them through the main holes. Two or more medium-sized tanks arranged in parallel instead of one large tank are preferable. And this is so because if one tank's filled up to the level of ground level, then the second one is can be used instantaneously. It facilitates removal of sludge without disturbing the functioning of the system. So here it is a picture of a septic tank. You can see the measurements written here, and the capacity of tank is 20 to 30 gallons per user, and it can be used for 5 to 6 members of a family for about and it can be used for a 5 to 6 members, and it is recommended for a large community. It should be about 3 to 4 times as long as it is broad. Depth should be about 2 meters. Depth should be about 2 meters. It is 1.5 to 2 meters, and minimum air space of 30 centimeters about the liquid level. This is the level of liquid, and this is the gap of 30 centimeters should be there. And the septic tank is covered by a concrete slab. Here you can see a concrete slab with a manhole on it. The aeration chamber should be ventilated, and the inlet and exit pipe. Here you can see this is inlet and this is exit. Pipes of the tank should be trapped. The effluent may be disposed into a soap well. Now, how it functions? And the septic tank functions by the biological process of anaerobic and aerobic digestions. The crude sewage on entry to anaerobic chambers allowed to stand for 2 to 3 days and is acted upon by the anaerobic microorganisms. They partially partially for dystrophy. A partially digested colloidal solution is formed. The complete oxidation and mineralization of the colloidal matter is carried out by the aerobic microorganisms in the aerobic chamber. So you can see the friends, both anaerobic and aerobic digestion is there in the septic tank. The effluent loses most of its offensive smell by the aerobic digestion of the liquid. Now, maintenance. The operation and maintenance of a septic tank is very simple. To commission a septic tank, it has to be first filled with water and then seeded with a bucket full of sludge from another tank. Not less than 25 liters of water per day per user must enter the tank. Use of soap water and chemical should be avoided because it hampers the process of aerobic and anaerobic digestion of the sludge. Sludge from the tank is to be bailed out once in a year or two. So, some requirements of a septic tank installations are there, and what it is, it should be uh, uh, just I have told you that use of soap water and chemical should not be used because of the destruction of the putrefactive bacteria, and there must be a sufficient space between the fluid level and the cover to accommodate the scum and the gas, and plus should be removed periodically in year or two. Routine inspection is necessary to check whether desludging is needed and to ensure that there are no blockages at the inlet or outlet. A simple rule is to dislodge when solids occupy between 1/2 and 2/3 of the total depth between the water level and bottom of the water tank. So these are the requirements before the installation of a septic tank. Now next comes is communal aqua privis. What is communal aqua privis? It's a privy is a latrine constructed directly above a septic tank. Septic tank, I have just told before this slide what is septic tank and what is communal aqua privis. The latrines which is constructed directly above a septic tank. They are appropriate where pit latrines are unacceptable. Or you can say the places where we cannot dug out a pit. The amount of water required for flushing is much smaller than for a septic tank due to the location of the tank. So another advantage of this aqua privis is there is very minimum requirement of water, and it helps to exclude odors from the superstructure. It is not more than 4 families per latrine. Now, what is the advantage? It is reduced odor, ideal where water is used for anal cleansing, easy to clean, and it is very easy to clean. And the disadvantages are increased quantity of water required. Solid anal cleansing materials may cause blockage. More expensive and difficult to construct than simple pit latrines. Now come to the next topic is Sulabh Shauchalaya. And this concept was introduced by Dr. B. Dubey. He modified the standard hand flush latrine to suit rural Indian community. It consists of a specially designed pan and a water sieve trap. It is connected to a pit 3 by 3 by 3 feet. Okay, and the minimum water is needed in the process, and the excreta gets decomposed to manure in the pit. This provides clean and sanitary toilets to the users at a minimal cost. You can see Sulabh Shauchalaya at short distance or at a minimum distance in your city, in your village. These are also maintained by the Sulabh International Society. Now, what is chemical toilets? They are sanitation units that consist of squatting pan placed above a watertight excreta holding tank, which usually contains a chemical solution to aid digestion and reduce odor. And what is the chemical solution? It is mainly formaldehyde, and this is contained in a single prefabricated plastic unit with a lockable door. These type of latrines are mostly suitable for aircrafts or trains because where pit latrines or septic tanks are unsuitable or unacceptable. The initial charge of chemical is adequate for 40 to 160 uses. These are used in aircrafts and a short-term measure in disaster. And advantage, it is a portable, hygienic, minimized. It produces very minimal odor and can be mobilized rapidly from one place to another. And the disadvantages are uh, it is made of high cost and unsuitable for long periods. Regular servicing and emptying is required. Now, next come to e-toilets. It is India's first automatic unmanned, means there is no manpower required to maintain these types of toilets, and it is totally automatic because of the electronic public toilets, because it is maintained by the electricity and it is totally automatic and no manpower is required. These are made for support of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, which intends to reduce the practice of open defecation. When I started this topic, this is refuse disposal or excreta disposal. I have told about the disadvantage of open defecations. So, to reduce the practice of open defecations, Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi has started this program Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, and under this programs, e-toilets were made. The long-term vision enhances to build a sustainable and well-maintained toilets and public infrastructure networks across the country that is affordable and accessible to the common man. So, in comparison to Sulabh Shauchalaya, where manpower is required, these e-toilets are totally automatic and electronic public toilets. Over 600 e-toilets have been installed across 14 states in India, located in extreme temperature ranging from plus 50 degree to minus 15 degree centigrade to the common man. E-toilets are built of stainless steel or mild steel enclosures. So how it is, how they are made? They are made of stainless steel enclosures and have electronic systems for enhancing user experience and for tracking the health status of e-toilets. They are totally automated control systems and enabled water minimization, which is sensor enabled. Self-washing and floor washes mechanisms are totally automatic. The interiors of e-toilet provides a high ambience in terms of look, feel, and functionality. The well-lit interiors with LED lights glows only when a person enters and has ample natural ventilation as well as offers privacy and safety. E-toilets has a facility of pre-flushing before entering, automatic flushing once usage is done, and inbuilt water tanks. Through inbuilt water tanks, sensor for water and electricity conservation, automatic platforms cleaning, and power backup with point operated entry. So you can see all the process is automatic. Once a person enter in the e-toilet, LED lights glows automatically, and before using the toilets there is a flush of water, and after using the toilets there again there is flushing of water. You can see in the slides that individual needs these toilets are programmed to flush 1.5 liter of water after 3 minutes of usage. If a person use these toilets more than 3 minutes, then there is 4.5 liter of water is used, and the performance status of the unit can also be monitored via web using GPRS connectivity of the units. So here you can see the different types of toilets or e-toilets, RCA type of latrines, chemical toilets, chemical closets, septic tanks. These are the someone of them is direct types and some are they of indirect type. So in next, thank you. And in next lectures, I will tell about the sewerage system.